Global alert. Mexico is causing concern in Europe and the United States. Attention, there's a country that is putting the world's major powers on alert, and it's not the United States, China, or Russia, but Mexico. Yes, the same Mexico that many used to see only as a tourist destination or a source of crafts. Today, its growing cultural, economic, and military influence is generating global concern. How did this nation go from being a regional power to becoming a serious competitor that threatens to surpass the strongest economies on the planet? With a rich history full of ancient civilizations, impressive art and architecture, in addition to a vibrant cultural scene, Mexico stands as a cultural beacon for the world. Its indigenous heritage and fusion with European influence make Mexico a unique place, which is reflected in its vast cultural offerings, from its gastronomy to its music and art. Mexican cultural heritage includes pre-Hispanic, colonial, and historical vestiges. Mexico's richness lies in the legacy of previous generations, which remains essential to the current identity of Mexicans. Additionally, its traditions, legends, food, and linguistic diversity between indigenous languages and Spanish are also a fundamental part of that identity. Add to this the striking work of artisans and the great contributions of world-renowned artists, painters, sculptors, writers, musicians, and architects. Although Mexico is a cultural powerhouse within Latin America, it is not the only thing that has made it stand out in recent years. In the last 6 years, the Mexican government has worked hard to strengthen the economy, seeking to make Mexico an economic center capable of displacing the United States. Today, the world's great powers are beginning to worry. The combination of cultural richness and economic growth has given Mexico unprecedented power. Countries like Russia, China, Israel, and the United States are watching the rise of this Latin American country with suspicion. How did Mexico get to this position? Can it keep it up? In recent years, Mexico has emerged as an economic powerhouse that has exceeded expectations, positioning itself above many other nations. Geopolitical experts predict that Mexico will continue to grow exponentially in the coming years. This growth has been driven by its strategic role in global trade, key trade agreements, and its solid manufacturing industry. Sectors such as technology, renewable energy, and innovation are attracting significant investments, consolidating Mexico as a key player in the global economy. Economic diversification has been crucial to this success. Mexico not only has large oil reserves, but it also has a robust automotive industry, an expanding manufacturing sector, and tourism that continues to be a major source of income. However, what has made the difference is its commercial openness. Mexico has signed free trade agreements with more than 40 countries, which has allowed it to better integrate into the global economy. Thanks to this strategy, Mexico is surpassing countries in Europe and Asia, leaving behind more traditional economies like Spain's, and consolidating itself as the most influential Spanish-speaking country. From America to Asia, Mexico is leaving its mark. Its economic and political influence in Latin America is growing, being one of the main exporters of products such as oil, electronics, and agricultural products, which makes it a regional power. In Europe, Mexico is known for its cultural and tourist richness, attracting millions of visitors to destinations such as Cancun and the Riviera Maya. However, today, the perception of Mexico is changing, as it is also recognized as an important trading partner, especially in agricultural products and raw materials. Mexico has established strategic alliances with European and Asian countries, diversifying its exports beyond manufacturing to areas such as technology and renewable energies. It has also improved its logistics infrastructure, which has facilitated its integration into global supply chains. Mexico is also an active member of international organizations such as the Pacific Alliance and CELAC, which reinforces its commitment to regional development and international cooperation. Thanks to these agreements and its growing diplomacy, Mexico is gaining political influence worldwide, participating in organizations such as the UN and contributing to global peace and justice. In addition, Mexico is one of the world's leading oil producers, and if it takes advantage of its natural resources such as gas, minerals, and water efficiently, it could become a major economic power. In addition to its natural resources, Mexico has impressive biodiversity, which makes it a privileged tourist destination. But success would not have been possible without the hard work of recent years to strengthen its economy, an effort that today bears fruit with constant growth and greater confidence from international investors. The Interoceanic Corridor project is one of the most promising globally. This route, which will connect the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, could have a significant impact on the economy of Mexico and the entire region, being even more efficient than the Panama Canal. In addition to its economic growth, Mexico is increasing its military presence internationally. The Mexican army has grown significantly in recent years, both in technology and responsiveness, and now participates in peacekeeping and counter-narcotics missions worldwide. Mexico also has an important demographic advantage, a large young population that strengthens its production and consumption potential. With more than 130 million inhabitants, the country has a large domestic market and a significant labor force. Do you think Mexico will become a world power? Leave us your comments and share your opinion. As Mexico continues to rise on the world stage, its geopolitical relationship with Europe is becoming more important than ever. For centuries, Mexico and Europe have had strong connections. Think about all the cultural, commercial, and diplomatic exchange. In recent years, this relationship has changed a lot. Mexico has signed several free trade agreements with the European Union, which makes it easier to buy and sell products and services. Additionally, both groups have collaborated on issues like security, human rights, and climate change. On the cultural side, Europe and Mexico have shared many ideas and values. This can be seen in the growing presence of Mexican products in Europe and vice versa, and also in the increase in students and professionals crossing the Atlantic to learn from each other. Of course, not everything is perfect. There are big challenges, such as differences in immigration policies and economic competition in some sectors. But despite these challenges, the relationship between Mexico and Europe remains one of the most important and dynamic internationally. With its growing power, Mexico has the opportunity to further strengthen these ties, seeking cooperation that benefits everyone. The question that remains is, how will this relationship change in the coming years? Only time will tell. Leave us your comments on this interesting topic, and don't forget to subscribe for more content about global geopolitics and the role of Mexico.